In 1976, residents of Circleville, Ohio, began receiving threatening mail that has haunted them ever since. The letters were from Columbus, but had no return address. They accused school bus driver Mary Giuseppe and the school superintendent of having an extramarital affair. One of the letters was even addressed to Mary's husband Ron, that threatened his life if he didn't put a stop to the affair. In 1977, Ron died in a suspicious one-car crash that involved gunshots. However, when the sheriff ruled the death an accident, other residents of Circleville began receiving letters accusing the sheriff of covering up the so-called accident. Ron's sister's husband, Paul Freshour, was convicted of writing the letters after there was an attempt to murder Mary via a booby trap rigged pistol. Even after he was thrown behind bars, the Circleville letters continued throughout the 1970s and the early 1980s. Freshour himself even received one in prison. In 1994, Freshour was released, and he claimed his innocence until his death in 2012. The true identity of the Circleville letter writer remains unknown. On April 12, 1981, in Keddy, California, the Sharp family and some friends went to sleep inside cabin 28 at the Keddie Resort Lodge. Sheila Sharp would wake up to find her mother Sue, her brother Johnny, and their family friend Dana Wingate brutally murdered. Inside the cabin, while her 12-year-old sister, Tina, was missing from the scene. Sheila only escaped the murders by sleeping at a friend's cabin next door. Surprisingly, they found Sheila's two younger brothers, Greg and Rick, and their friend, Justin Smart, asleep in another bedroom inside cabin 28. Tina's remains would be found by an anonymous tip on the 3rd anniversary of the murders. Her skull was found 50 miles away from Keddie, in a different county. There were only 2 suspects that the police examined, Marty Smart and his roommate, Bo Beded. Marty Smart was married to Marilyn Smart, and they were parents to Justin. Marty was apparently an abusive husband. Since Sheila had just escaped an abusive relationship herself, there were reports that she was giving Marilyn some counseling. When Marty found out that Sheila was interfering in his marriage, he reportedly went ballistic. Soon after the murders, Marty left Keddie for Reno, Nevada. Law enforcement felt that the murders took more than one person to carry out, which is why they took Bo Beded into questioning as an accomplice. Bo Beded was also an ex-con. Despite there being so much more to the case, the investigation oddly stopped there. There was evidence that seemingly went unnoticed, and people of interest that were not examined properly. The murderer of the Keddie crime has not been identified, and the case remains unsolved.